guys? Welcome to the Vic Hugo show. We're out here at Mission Hills Park, platicando en el parque, and because we studio under construction. So I want to welcome Mr. Joe Loya here to the show. And pretty much, man, just brought you on here. I know doing a lot of things, a lot of movements, and I actually just met you right now for the first time.
Right.
And already, man, I'm super intrigued on what's going on and what you're doing, brother. So I know you got solar. I know you got life insurance going on. You just started on that venture. Can you elaborate a little bit on that? Or
Yes, definitely, sir. First, again, thank you so much for having me. I hope I can provide a little bit of value for your listeners and for your viewers. But honestly, I can just say that God is amazing. God is amazing, and He has been directing my path ever since I gave my life to Him back in November of 2015. I tell a lot of people, I've never done sales. As you can tell from the gray on my chin, I'm up there in age, and so I've never in my life done sales. As a matter of fact, I used to hate sales. My ex-wife, she does sales, and she would always tell me, she was like, "You need to come work with me. You would do good. You like talking to people, this and that." And I would be like, F sales, I'll never do sales. But like I tell people, God has a sense of humor, because
you end up doing sales.
Yeah. And so, but honestly, I don't see myself as the salesy guy, because I'm not in your face. I'm not trying to jam a product down your throat. I'm providing information. I'm providing something that's going to benefit you, whether it be solar that I've been doing the last few years, which is a good product. Yes, solar does have a black eye in the El Paso area because of not as honest and trustworthy people, individuals, with the, what's that saying, one bad apple ruins the bunch type of thing.
Yes, and it's true.
And but I mean, the product itself is good. And then, like I tell people, people are so blown away with everything that we are able to do through the solar loan. I've helped people remodel their homes. I've helped people, with HVAC, with roofing, with landscaping. Everything kind of gets consolidated into the solar loan, because of the flexibility that it provides. And so, what better way to fix up your house and then still get a 30% income tax credit on doing all of that stuff to your house?
Of course.
You're not gonna. It's a win-win situation. So it's a no-brainer in my opinion. But you just got to make sure that you're doing it with the right person, which I hope and pray that I've been able to be that person. And then to transition to what you asked about the insurance, early this year, once again, just like He did 3 years ago, God was speaking to me, and He was tugging at my heart again, just like He did 3 years ago when I quit my job. And He was guiding me into a new venture. I prayed about it, of course. And a little backstory to this: my own personal LLC that I created for myself. I named it Breaking the Curse LLC.
Wow. Okay.
That's the name. That's the name of my business. And so the whole concept of breaking generational curses of generational wealth and all of that.
I like that, dude. That's pretty badass.
And so that was internal, but now God was working in me, like I said, early this year, and now I want to help others do the same. And so that's when the whole process and thoughts of life insurance, because again, this another industry that is frowned upon or maybe looked down upon, because let's just admit it, there are insurance agents out there that are more worried about their commissions than helping people.
But that's, I think that's based off on every kind of sales business.
Amen.
And I've been doing sales since I was like 18, bro.
Okay.
And I've been doing it so long, and I've been able to do it for so long because of what you just said, bro. You got to stay honest. You got to be willing to help the people instead of take advantage of them. Because ultimately, people that walk into your door to buy any kind of, they're not going to know. And it's your job to, yes, make money. but most importantly, making it the right way.
Exactly.
Right. And unfortunately, yeah, there is those people that don't, and I think this podcast will help
Right.
the people out there identify, hey, this guy, he's teaching me, he's not trying to take advantage of me.
Exactly.
Mhm.
When I first got started with solar, I don't remember who I forgot, but again, I'm new in sales, and so when one of my networking events that I attended many years ago, I heard it, and it's always stuck with me. And he said, "Pigs get fat, hogs get slaughtered."
Yeah.
And so
Yes.
I don't want to be a hog, and you know, and excuse the bad word, but rape you for a fat commission check,
Mhm.
and then there I get slaughtered because now you find out after through the rumor mill that I just took you to town.
Yeah. And it's a transaction, bro. I mean, look, you as a salesman, I think you got to go in knowing, okay, I got to go in making money. But you as the customer have to know that it's my job to sell to you.
Right.
So we have to just come to an agreement of, okay, I want to benefit from this, but I'm going to benefit while you benefit as well.
Exactly.
So, because there is those customers too that are like, give me everything, and like, yes, we all want that, even me when I become a customer.
Of course.
But I now every time I go to where I need to go buy something or whatever, I go in with, okay, I know I'm gonna have to pay,
Right.
because this person needs to get paid too,
Right.
So it's
Exactly.
just coming up to where can we meet,
Right.
where we can both get what we want out of this.
Exactly.
Okay.
No, yeah.
So how long have you just started this the life insurance and
So
everything?
I just passed last week.
Oh, congrats!
And so
Congrats.
thank you so much. So this week I had to wait 72 hours for the test results to post in the system, and so I scheduled my fingerprints and all of that stuff today or this week. And once I get all of that lined up, get my actual license, then I'll be ready to go. And I've already reached out to a gentleman I'll be signing up with his company. And the reason I chose his company is because I like the fact that he's like a broker, and I'm not married to just one product.
Mhm.
I'm not married to just one entity, and so through his brokerage, I'll have access to all of the major carriers.
Mm.
And so now, if family A is needing an annuity, I can offer it.
Awesome.
And if family B needs a term life, I can offer it. And family C needs a whole life, I can offer it. So I didn't want, again, like I mentioned earlier, being married to one entity, I mean, you're stuck.
Yeah.
And so now you're only selling this one product, and you're trying to sell that one product so you can make your money, so you can make commission.
Oh yeah.
And so now, this way I have all of these tools in my tool belt.
Mhm.
And now, you know what? Okay, based off of what you've told me, Mr. and Mrs. Jones or whoever, this is the vehicle, this is the tool that would benefit you most. And
Yeah.
that was the goal. I mean, because again, it's not about me, it's about them.
Yeah.
And that way, I'm able to serve them the best way possible.
Well, I like the mentality, bro, because it is about the customer. It is about whoever you're helping. And I agree. You got to be like LeBron out there, you got to be able to pass, you got to
Right.
be able, whatever you got to do in that moment, you got to be able to do it. And that gives you the advantage, I think, over other people as well.
Precisely.
Now, I know I'll be honest with you, like life insurance for me was like, oh man, I don't know, I'm still young,
Right.
but I have a couple of friends that, that people I know that do that kind of business, and they make some good points. But the one that kind of caught my more was for the people that do feel like, oh, I'm too young still, like
Right.
that 21, 22-year-old.
Right.
I heard it, and tell me if I'm lying or if I'm misinformed. Like, you can take out certain loans and stuff like that from the life insurance. So can you elaborate on that, just so somebody who's out there doesn't feel like they need it, just a few advantages, that it's
Yes.
not necessarily if you die.
Exactly. No, and that's thank you for bringing that up. But definitely, there are different. Again, there's term life, there's whole life, all of these different options that you have, and life insurance has a bad a bad rap because they say, nah, you're just throwing money away. Then
Yes.
if you don't die, then you're SOL. You're out of thousands of dollars that you just threw in there. But that's the old perception that doesn't apply because, like you just mentioned, there are policies in place, like whole life policies that accumulate what's called a cash value. And so you invest into a whole life policy, and God forbid, but in 10 years from now, you have a tragic accident or something, a major incident in the family happens, and you need $10,000, and you don't have that in savings.
Yeah.
And so now you're able to pull from your cash value of your policy that you have. And then another, now being totally transparent and truthful with you and with everyone that I speak to. Whole life policies are tend to be a little bit more expensive, but because
there's more advantages.
There's more advantages, yeah. Right? As opposed to a term life, and the term life is that they expire at 20 years, 30 years, whatever you decide. But even those, there are several policies and options in place where they have a return of premium option. And so, if you pose the 21-year-old. So, and this is sad, but it's the truth. We've all seen on social media the GoFundMe post and all of that. And, nobody wants that. And so, and accidents happen. It's a fact of life. Yeah. And so, if you are in a position to be able to take care of, that, for yourself, for your family, and everybody around you, and then if you're 21 and you get a 20-year term, and at 41 you're still with us, yay, that's awesome. And then on top of that, you get all of your premiums back, so it's like a savings. You banked up X thousands of dollars, and now you have a nice little nest egg, to do something else. I don't know, whatever you want to do at that point, right? But there's so many different options, and that's what I want to bring to the table and explain to people. Whether you be young, middle, old, up there in age, it doesn't matter.
Because look, I know this information, and now I know it 100%, right? But I knew it just based off social media, right. And I'm not too sure, but I can probably guess the people that are buying life insurance are older people, which are people that are not really on social media, so they don't know this kind of information. And that's why, who knows, if anybody will take it and maybe call you up, and hey, but I hope it does, man, because that's information that I didn't know, and it kind of does push you more to like, hey, well, then there is a benefit to getting it.
Yeah, there's definitely a benefit. It's and it's a peace of mind, it's a security. Again, if you're a young couple, young 20s, let's say 24, 25, whatever, brand new baby, and we all think we're gonna live forever. We all do. But
well, I am, but but I agree. I totally agree.
Every weekend, and it's a sad fact, like I said, you hear on the news, tragic accident and so on and so forth, drunk driver hits.
Dude, just this weekend. And you know what, man? Like, not like here in El Paso, like you said, you've been here forever, right? And I've been here forever. And it used to be like when you find the end of the rainbow, like it was so happy. And now it's changed so much, bro. Like there's a murder every other week, there's and like, what do you think about, like, I want to get, just because you've been here forever, I want to get your perspective on how does it make you feel like, fuck, man, I gotta do something about it? Or
that's unfortunately, I'm a believer. I don't know about your viewers, but obviously I'm a believer, and anybody that follows me on social media will definitely see my faith on my pages. And so it's something that I profess boldly, proudly. And so but like I tell people, if you believe in God, you have to believe in the devil, because he's there. He's there, and this is his terrain. We're in this world. We are not of this world.
And
so we have to be that beacon. We have to be that light, that salt of the earth, that that Jesus said for us to be. And so I mean that is instead of being negative Nancy, you have to be that positive one,
force, that
positive.
positive energy, that
Yeah,
frequency.
exactly.
Yeah, look, bro, and I kind of we were gonna get into it right
Yes,
now,
yes.
and
I like to hear it. Share.
no, like it's look, I was never I was religious for a while. I would go to church, but it was mainly like, oh, something that I gotta do. Like it
Right.
it never felt like I'm going because it's a fulfillment kind of thing. And maybe like a month ago, bro, I had been struggling with with life situations, and I was just laying in bed, man. I was laying in bed. I was about to go to sleep. And one thing, an issue that I've always had is going to sleep early, bro. Like I can never, So I was like, okay, yeah, I got to do it. I got to do it. So I'm laying there in bed. I'll eventually fall asleep, right?
Right.
I'll eventually fall asleep laying there. Close my eyes, and when you close your eyes, you start seeing like little stars,
Right.
or whatever.
Okay. Yes.
All of a sudden, dude, I went into this little crazy trance, man. Crazy, okay. And then I start feeling like this force, and then a super demonic voice, right, starts talking to me, bro. And I feel like somebody's doing this to me, okay.
Oh, man.
And then in a demonic voice, it's like, I got you. And dude, it was like to where, okay, time to wake up. Like,
Right.
Open your eyes. And I could not for the life of me open my eyes or even my mouth to scream for help. And then all of a sudden, like a laugh, demonic laugh, I wake up, and I wake up my wife, like, dude, what just, but as scared as I was, and I've never been so scared in my life, being honest, I felt so happy, because it was like, if this is real, then that means Jesus is real.
Amen.
And dude, since then, I may not know the path to it. I may not know how to be the best follower of Jesus, but I've started that spiritual journey, dude. That's
Amen.
something that I had never thought I would be doing, to be honest with you.
Right.
And I'm not saying it to, convert anybody. I'm not saying, that I'm even right.
Right.
But what I can say is that it feels right.
Exactly.
And maybe that's just what I needed. Maybe I don't know. I can't explain to you what it is.
Yeah, you can't. I mean,
but it feels right.
Amen. Thank you for sharing that. That's a powerful testimony. And like you said, it's two forces, and they're there. They are there. I'll share with you how me personally, just like you. I was a believer. I was a Catholic, raised Catholic, grew up Catholic, and I got my communion, confirmation, all that stuff, and everything. It's just, it was more of a tradition, and not because, like you said, because I wanted to, because it was my heart. And so, and back in June of '98. My first wife, she passed away on me, and so after that, and there's no excuses. I was wrong, but after that, maybe a couple of years, I was good. I was dad. I was raising the kids. I was going to work. I was taking them to daycare. I was doing everything that I was supposed to be doing for maybe about a year or two.
Mm-hmm.
But slowly but surely, I didn't grieve, and I didn't process it the way I should have. I didn't counsel, nothing, and so I started hitting the bottle, and that was my counseling session. So
which many people do, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so unfortunately, that led to me racking up DWIs, and so I went away, and so fast forward again. This is over a long course of time, and so. Just to share with another little story, little side note, but our loved ones, they'll always be with us, and my proof is my wife. She passed away on June 11th, 1998, and on June 11th of 2015 is when I got handcuffs placed behind me in court, and I got sentenced away, and sent away. And so she knew, she interceded on my behalf and told the big man upstairs, hey, this guy needs a timeout because he hasn't learned yet, And so I could have gotten a lot more, a bigger sentence. I didn't. I got a short sentence. I got 4 years. And so I did 2 of those 4. But when I first got in 2015, and they sent me to a unit out there in Plainview, Texas. Get to the unit, I get to the dorm that they assigned me to, and one of the shot callers of the Mexicans was there, one of the shot callers of the blacks was there.
Wow.
And the whole unit was knee deep in racial tension. I'm crying out to God, I'm like, really? I'm here for a DWI and for DWIs, and I'm gonna get involved in a race riot? I mean, because anything you do behind bars, that's a first-degree felony.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, they stack another 5 years on top of your sentence.
Wow.
So, I mean, I would have had to have done all 4 and then do the 5 after it. So that's the way that works. And so I'm crying out to him. My first granddaughter was about to be born in December. This is November. And I heard his voice. I heard him. I clearly, distinctly heard him. Can you hear me now? And that was the whole turning point.
Yeah.
And then I did. Shortly thereafter, I had applied to go to it's called a faith-based dorm. Every prison unit has one. It's where you sign up and you're trying to get closer to Jesus, to God, or your higher power. And so they kind of like seclude you, and you go through additional faith-based classes and so on and so forth.
Oh, wow.
And so, like I said, every unit has one of those, but there's always a long waiting list to get into those units, those dorms, because not just the people that are sincerely and truly trying to get closer to God are trying to get into those dorms. You got the child molesters, you got the sex offenders, you got the snitches, all of those people that know that they're gonna get their butt kicked.
Yeah, they're trying to get away.
They're trying to hide. They're trying to hide in that dorm. And so it's usually a long waiting line to get into that, but somehow, some way, which I know it's him, he got me in. I mean, almost immediately. And so I avoided all of the tension. I avoided all the drama. I was in a good spot. It afforded me the ability to strengthen my walk, my faith, for that time that I was there. That way, when I got out, I didn't go back, because we've all heard it, we've all seen it. I'm sure you have family like I do, or they get locked up and like, that's it, I'm done. I'm done. And then they come out and they go back to the same old stuff.
Yeah, it was routine. Or it's because and the thing that's what sucks, man, is we all learn through experience, right? It's through experience, but you don't realize that everything, the people, even in objects, bro. Like, if you used to freaking, do something in a certain area, a table, like, you always used to sit there and drink.
Right.
When you come back home and you see that table, it's gonna, all
triggers.
those repress, it's triggers, bro. It's triggers. And it sucks. It sucks, bro. It's because it's not like you've been in jail. It's not like you can come back and like, okay, I'm gonna start a new life in this house, like you gotta rebuild. And to rebuild, you gotta put yourself in that same path with all those, with the same people, with this. And it's an ugly thing. It's possible to do, but it's you need that spirituality, man, because even with the spirituality, it's hard still.
Oh yeah, because like I tell people, a lot of people that follow me on social media, that they can attest. I mean, I'm very outspoken in my faith. I post on my daily devotionals, and so I mean, God has told me that that I'm reaching people that wouldn't traditionally go to church. They wouldn't visit those 4 walls of a church, and they wouldn't feel comfortable speaking to a pastor, or whatever the case may be. So and I'm blessed, and I'm grateful, and I'm thankful that people do reach out to me. I mean, maybe almost on a weekly basis, I'll get a message on Messenger or something saying, hey, you know what, can we talk, or hey, can you pray for me, or what, something. I mean, and it's something small, sometimes it's something big, whatever the case. But I mean, I'm just his vessel. But it's been that walk, and I tell people, I said, look, if you're gonna get closer, if you're gonna walk with God, I mean, expect a trial, because I mean,
test.
because the devil is here. I mean, he's here, and so I mean, he doesn't bother the people that are doing bad. You're trying to go, you're trying to leave his fold, so now he's gonna attack you, and so now you're gonna feel that fire, and so I mean, it's not like, and Jesus says in the Bible, I mean, like, this is not a it's not a cakewalk, expect trials and tribulations,
Oh
so
yeah. No, look, like I said, we all have that path, and we all have that cross we gotta carry, bro.
Amen. Yes,
And
yes.
and like I said, I am not out here saying, "Oh yeah, I'm religious now," because you're right. Ever since I decided, hey, this is real, bro. Like
Right.
this is they're out here. These energies, these bad, like
Right.
once I decided, man, yes, dude, my life did get to where I started getting tested more, and I failed at some.
Oh, yeah.
I'll being completely honest with myself,
Yep.
and then but afterwards, I'm like, damn, that was a fucking test, and I fucked up again, But it's not giving up on yourself,
Amen.
and on Jesus, dude,
Amen.
and on
Yeah.
Jesus.
We all fall short. I mean, that's what I tell people. I tell people, it's like, you, and I speak to some of my old friends from back in the day, my old.
You gangsters for Jesus. That's love that shirt, bro. And I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to
No,
interrupt
no.
you, but I want to elaborate on that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I love this ministry, and so they, some of them have told me, like, nah, not right now. I'm like, dude, I mean, we're in our 40s, bro. I mean, when, and I mean, come on now, and so, but it is a walk, and I mean, it's not an easy walk, but it's definitely a worthwhile walk. And I mean, we're gonna fail, just like you said. I fail. We all fail. We all fall short. But I mean, it's the fact that He loves us so much that as long as we sincerely and wholeheartedly repent and say, and ask for forgiveness, that's we're washed clean, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful, and so I mean, now it gives you the opportunity to move forward, and then another step closer, and so on. It's just a daily walk, man. I mean, not just twice a year on Christmas and Easter.
No, true. It is true, man. And the timing, there is no timing, bro. Like,
Right.
Okay, my wife, right? She would always want to get me into country music, bro. But no, right? I was in the Ice Cubes. I was in the Guns N' Roses.
Right.
And now I would be like, nah, I don't listen to that crap, whatever. And then one day, driving in my truck, I hear a country song, and I'm like, damn, this was a good song.
Right.
So then I start playing, I start getting into it more, and like Apple Music and stuff, they'll throw more stuff at you if you listen to it. And I was like, damn. My wife's like, are you serious? I've been showing you this forever. So it's a timing thing, bro. Like, you're not gonna know until you know.
Exactly.
Until you get it.
Yep.
And so you can't really I don't mean to compare both, right?
That's
but
funny, yeah, but it's true.
It's really what it is. Like, I can tell anybody, like, my story right now that I said it. I haven't really I have never told anybody that,
Wow.
except my wife. And people are gonna be like, oh yeah, whatever, but it's like, I don't care, like, I know what I experienced that day, and it changed my life, man. It really, and I will never forget that moment, because it felt so real, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah, no, you on that, and that's something that I, kind of off, taking off on a little tangent, but I had asked a friend of mine, a good friend of mine, he does marketing, and I had asked him, because of course I'm trying to get out there, I'm trying to be in the public's eye, I'm in sales, I'm, doing solar. A lot of people can call me the solar guy or whatever, I put on post El Paso's energy expert, and so I asked him. I said, honestly, should I tone it down on my Jesus posts? And he told me, flat out, he's like, that's who you are. That's you. And I'm like, you know what, you're right. But I mean, because it's always, that little devil's always on your shoulder.
Oh yeah,
he's
bro.
always trying to talk to you. He's always trying to get you to do the opposite, do the wrong thing. And so it's just, and I'm just being totally honest and transparent with you and your listeners. But it was just confirmation that, nah, man, I am, who I am, and God willing, people will accept me and will trust me, and I mean, and I'll be able to serve them as best as I can in any aspect, because getting back to the business side of the conversation, yes, primarily I do solar, and now I'm going to venture into the insurance industry. But I mean, like I tell people, I want to be that person that, if you need something, you need a roofer. I know a guy. I mean, I deal with so many different industries. It's crazy. I mean, I've been able to meet so many wonderful individuals here in the city. And so, I mean, you need a mechanic. I know a good mechanic. I know an honest, trustworthy mechanic. You need a landscaping. You need, whatever it is. I mean, I want to be that person where you're like, hey, you know what? Let's message Joe. And that way,
like connecting people, bro. Yeah,
because I mean, I'm kind of upset at myself, but I'm glad it happened, that I found my calling, which is basically just to help. I love helping people in any facet. I mean, it doesn't even matter if there's any monetary gain for me. I mean, if I can help you in any form or fashion, I'll do it. And so that's where I get the pleasure. I'm involved with several different nonprofits. Some of them with the military, because I'm prior Navy, and so so I do a lot of things with the veterans groups. And then, of course, me and a couple other guys, we launched a new nonprofit last year that we're barely getting going. It's a little process, but we want to our nonprofit, we titled it the El Paso Chivalry Club.
Nice.
And so it's a men's club, and the whole goal and the drive is we're gonna focus on helping the young men, the young generation. So maybe around 17 to 22, 23 age range. Like, when you're about to get out of high school, or maybe you just got out of high school and maybe college wasn't for you, maybe, or you want to do something else. I don't know. What we are developing, and again, it's a little process, so it's taking a little bit, but what we're going to be doing is we're going to be building right now we're thinking maybe 6 to 8 weeks curriculum course that we're going to pitch over the summer. And so, we're going to talk to schools, counselors, and so on, administrators, and we're going to, get applicants in, and we're going to teach them real world stuff. I mean, they already learned the 2 + 2, what's a noun, what's a verb.
I think the BS that the education system is now teaching you, because let's be real, bro. Like, during that time when you get out, bro, and I mean, even back when I was in high school, you feel lost, bro. Like, especially if you don't know what you're doing, Some people, parents force them to go to college, force them to go to the military, whatever. But not everybody has those parents that are going to force you to do anything, you know, that they're just like, oh, so what's next, and you don't know. So unfortunately, a lot of those kids end up, in the streets, which we know where that leads,
Exactly. Oh, yeah. So that's where we want to focus. We want to do, this 6 to 8 week course, and we're going to teach them financing. Because that's huge.
That runs the world.
I mean, everybody, we all rack up credit card debt, and then before you know it, we got a 300 credit score.
and that's how you get stuck, bro. Because you get so much into debt that now, fuck, I gotta keep working here, and there's no growth after that.
Exactly.
That's the trap.
Financial literacy. We're gonna communication skills. I mean, entrepreneurial skills. We've already collaborated with some pretty big name people in the El Paso area. Maybe some communication skills with women in the workplace, and just women in general. How to dress, just different things. I mean, and then one of my partners, he used to work at the Texas workforce, and so he's very well versed in all of the grants that are available through the state. And so, again, hypothetically, we have a kid, 18-year-old kid out of Burgess, let's just say. I'm just picking on a school. But, maybe, again, like I said, college isn't for him, but he's interested in construction. And now we have a friend of ours, or an associate of ours, that works at Jordan Foster or something to that effect. And now we're going to get this grant to pay for 6 months of internship for this 18-year-old
badass, man.
to go partner up with that person from Jordan Foster. Jordan Foster is not losing a dime.
Oh, you're getting paid.
The grant's paying the kid, and now the 18-year-old is learning a valuable skill, and now you never know, that might be their new superintendent. I don't know,
because I mean, from there you can start a business, you can
whatever. Yeah. So I mean, so that's where we're going for, and of course after throughout the year we want to do like maybe quarterly sessions where just giving back. We want to, and eventually we want to start growing this and start adding people to the whole nonprofit. And so I mean it's
hell yeah, dude, it's something that I can stand behind on. And if you need anything on here or me personally, I'm that's badass, man. Like hearing that and hearing that it's being done here, man, just because I feel like nowadays there's an attack on children, man. I really do feel that. I feel like people are just preying on them to do anything, and it doesn't have to be a bad thing, but we have cartels, gangs, stuff like that. That's always gonna be there, man. And if we can divert them to a positive way, to where like, hey, you don't gotta be doing this,
right?
Because for some reason you feel like, oh, I could only be doing this,
right?
Or
exactly.
So yeah, I mean that's badass. That's badass. Okay, so running out of time here. I could talk to you all day, bro. Just straight up positive vibes. And the best thing that I've gotten from you, man, is that you're not afraid to be you. And that is so cool, man. And if I can say anything to anybody out there, just do you. You're gonna question yourself. You're gonna have that little devil there telling you, like today, man. Like I had that issue where I usually do the podcast, and I was like, fuck, I got down, I was like, man, I don't want to let this dude down. And I was like, man, I'm just going to reschedule, and look, talk about the devil, right? Look, right now we're just all Jesus,
Amen.
And it's something trying to stop us from doing it, bro.
Yep, exactly.
But we found a way. We're out here at the park.
Platicando en el parque.
Yeah. and we're just chilling, bro. So last minute here, if you want to tell anybody where to follow you, where to go, if they want to hit you up for solar, for insurance, let them know, brother.
Yes, on social media, you can find me, Joe Rudy Loya. It's all joe.rudy.loya, both on Facebook and Instagram. LinkedIn, I'm just Joe Loya. And I mean, just message me. I'm not going to pressure you. I mean, if I can help you in any facet, like I said before, I mean, whether it be solar, whether it be insurance, or any other thing that I can help you with, if you need prayer, just reach out.
That's awesome. Yeah.
I mean, that's I'm pretty involved in different ministries. I try to help different, like the Gangster for Jesus that I'm wearing. It's a local ministry that's led by Pastor Isaiah Blancas, the gangster preacher. He has an awesome testimony. So I mean, I'm just here to help. I'm here to help. I love El Paso. I love my community. I just want to give back. I want to give back because He's given to me.
Awesome, brother. Awesome. Well, thank you out there. Hit this man up. He knows what he's talking about. For anything he just said, especially the prayer. I think right now we need those prayers from all of us. I want to thank you once again. Peace out.